Hey guys, Triple B here. With the recent release of the new set Crown Zenith, we got a really interesting tool card in Sky Sealstone. So similar to the other Sealstones, it does give your Pokemon a V-Star power. This particular one, when it's attached to a Pokemon V, you get to use the ability Star Order. During your turn, you can use this ability, and if you knock out a V-Star or Vmax Pokemon, you get to take an extra prize. Nice thing about it, it doesn't say that it needs to be attached to the Pokemon that does the attack. So if our opponent has Tool Jammer in the active, it would be shutting this off. We're just going to attach it to a guy on the bench. It does also give you a little bit of extra firepower, since that means that the guy you're attacking with could have something like a Choice Belt attached to it to do a bit of extra damage, while something on the bench has this, triggers the effect, you take extra prizes, you're doing enough damage to take out V-Stars. Maybe 280 is a relevant number, we'll get to it in just a second. But for our attackers, since this does need to be attached to a Pokemon V, we've got quite a few interesting ones. First one we're going to be looking at is Drapion V. So Drapion V, obviously in the Mew Vmax matchup, very powerful Pokemon to use, since Wild Style is going to reduce the attack cost of this by 1 colorless energy for each of their Single Strike, Fusion Strike, or Rapid Strike Pokemon. They're going to fill their entire bench with Fusion Strikes, so we're going to get to attack using Dynamic Tail for free. Mew's weak to dark, we're going to double that damage, and we're doing 380 damage. Even if they've got Oricorio, we're doing 360, it's going to get knocked out. We have Sky Sealstone activated, we're going to take 4 prizes off that Mew VMAX, and then all we have to do is follow up and knock out a Genesect per game after that. It's a pretty nice attack to be able to go into. The next attacker we've got is Dragonite V. So this one's a little bit spicy, and this is where that 280 with a Choice Belt comes into play. You can use Dragon Gale for 2 water and a lightning energy, doing 250 damage. It does hit all of your bench guys for 20 damage, which isn't great, but we're not too really concerned about spread in this deck, since we're trying to take 4 prizes in a turn. Nice thing about this, we attach Choice Belt, brings that up to 280. We attach that Sky Seal to one of our bench guys. As previously mentioned, we can be taking out V-Stars with this. So things like Lugia, Arceus, Palkia. We don't even need to hit weakness. We're just going to do straight up 280, and they're going to get knocked out. It does also have the attack Shred, doing 50 damage for 2 colorless energy. So maybe you run into a Miltank, we can just kind of, well, shred through it. And our next attacker we've got is Galarian Zapdos V. So this is going to help you out against Arceus V-Star. So Fighting Instinct for each V Pokemon your opponent has in play reduces the attack cost of this by 1 colorless energy. Similar to Drapion, except not just the battle style cards. So Thunderous Kick for 1 fighting and 3 colorless, or potentially just 1 fighting if they've got 3 Vs in play, does 170 damage. And before doing that damage, you do discard a special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. So maybe they've got a V-Guard energy, you're going to ditch that before you calculate the damage, so that we can be hitting that weakness and doing very big numbers. Like I said, it's mainly here for Arceus. Arceus Duraludon seeing quite a bit of play, so theoretically you put Sky Sealstone in play. They've got an Arceus and 2 Duraludon set up. You come in the active, you do 1 energy, kill an Arceus for 3 prizes, and then it's just, okay, now I just need to kill 1 Duraludon for game. It's pretty nice. And for Lugia, we're going to be running 1 copy of Raikou V as well. So it has a very handy ability in Fleet-Footed that if this is in the active, you just get to draw a card. It's pretty nice. And the attack Lightning Rondo for a lightning and a colorless does 20 damage and an extra 20 damage for each bench Pokemon, yours and your opponent's. So if their bench is full, your bench is full, you're doing 220 with a Choice Belt, 250. Up against Lugia though, we're hitting it for weakness. So the idea, again, we're going to use Sky Sealstone, hit it for weakness, take 3 prizes off of Lugia, and then we just need to take out 1 more Lugia and 1 of their single prize Pokemon for the game. To pay the attack cost of all these guys, Raikou and Dragonite, we do need to get set up. The other 2, though, Zapdos and Drapion, theoretically attack for free, but we are going to be running the Lost Box engine. So we've got 4 copies of Comfey with Flower Selecting, 1 during your turn, look at the top 2 cards, put 1 into your hand, 1 into the Lost Zone, and then 4 copies of Colress that look at the top 5 cards of your deck, put 3 of them into your hand, 2 of them into the Lost Zone. If you're not familiar with the Lost Zone, what happens is those cards are essentially just out of the game. They're not going in the discard, they're going off to a completely separate area. We do have 1 other card that can get things in the Lost Zone, being Lost Vacuum. This also helps to counter Stadium, so if they've got Path to the Peak in play, turning off our Drapions and Zapdos, we can use this, bump the Stadium, or take a tool off one of their guys, and then Lost Zone a card from our hand. Other nice thing about this, we can Lost Zone our own stuff, so maybe we just need to get up to 7 cards in the Lost Zone for some reason. We'll get to it in a second, but Lost Zone something from your hand and Lost Zone one of your own tools just to get 2 extra things in play. Into the Lost Zone, use Comfeys, use Colress, and then after that, once you've got 7, you can be using Mirage Gate. So you get to search your deck for 2 basic energy cards of different types and attach them to your Pokemon in any way that you like. That's once you've got 7 cards in the Lost Zone though. Other thing that we're going to trigger off is Sableye. So once we've got 10 guys in the Lost Zone, we can use Lost Mine. You get to put 12 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way that you like. So maybe you just hit shy of a knockout with the Pokemon V earlier in the game, and you just need a little bit more. Sableye can help finish that off, or it can also just help you set up numbers in the inverse of that. We've also got 2 copies of Cramorant, so Lost Provisions. Once you've got 4 cards in the Lost Zone, you get to ignore the energy of this Pokemon's attack cost. So you can be using Spit Innocently for free, doing 110 damage, and just helping to set up some knockouts for our guys. It's a really effective attacker, and free attack, it's good value. It's also very helpful in the Lost Box mirror matches. And the final attacker and very effective tech we've got in the deck is Radiant Greninja. It has the ability Concealed Cards. You can discard an energy card from your hand and then draw 2 cards, which is really good value, and just being able to draw through your deck very quickly, it helps you get set up early game, but its attack is also really helpful. So Moonlight Shuriken, for 2 water and 1 colorless energy, you do have to discard 2 energy from this Pokemon to do this attack, but you get to put 90 damage on 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. So it helps set up knockouts for some of your Pokemon B. So let's say we're up against Duraludon as an example, has 330 HP. We can do 90 to 1 in the active. Maybe they got another on the bench, brings them down to 240 HP remaining. And then all of a sudden, Dragonite can be finishing off either one of them for the game. It's a pretty powerful combination to be able to pull off. It's also helpful in Lost Box Mirror, being able to just hit 2 Comfeys and take 2 prizes at a turn. It's good value. Since we do also run Comfeys though and don't want to get hit by Greninja, we're going to run Manaphy with Wave Veil, so you get to prevent all damage done to your bench Pokemon by attacks of your opponent's Pokemon. And then the other tech card we've got is a Oranguru, or if you've been around the channel, you know what I call this by now. Let me know in the comments if you know this guy's secret nickname. But it's got the ability Primate Wisdom. Once during your turn, you get to switch a card from your hand with the top card of your deck. So maybe mid-game, we've got some cards that aren't doing very much for us. We want to put them on top of our deck and then use Comfey and Lost Zone them. Main one being Battle VIP Pass, which is only effective on the first turn of the game. It's a really good way to get that out of your hand. Or if you need a specific energy in your deck so that you can trigger Mirage Gate and get it onto your Pokemon, it's also a way to be able to do that. For the trainer cards, it's a pretty standard Lost Box deck, so if you played one before, a lot of these are going to look familiar. 4 copies of Battle VIP Pass to set up your bench early, 1 copy of Energy Recycler just to be able to get our energy back if we've discarded them with Greninja, or if other attackers have been knocked out, to put them back into the deck and trigger Mirage Gate. We've also got a lot of switching cards, 2 of them being Escape Rope, 2 copies of Switching Cart since all of our guys are basic, and 4 copies of Scoop Up Net. Switching in this deck is essential since we want to get Comfeys procced as early as possible to get 7 cards in the Lost Zone and be able to use Mirage Gate to get attacking. Stretch goal of that being able to pull it off on the first turn, and when you do, it's very satisfying. We've also got 1 copy of Heavy Ball since all of our attackers for the most part are just one-offs. If any of them are prized in our specific matchups, we need a way to get them out. Like if we're up against Lugia, we need our Raikou. Up against Mew, we need that Drapion, and as a little bit of a spicy tech in the deck to make sure we can get into this when we need it, we've got 1 copy of Arita. So it lets you search your deck for a water Pokemon and an item card. So that could be our Heavy Ball if we need it, VIP Pass if we need it, maybe you need a Mirage Gate for game. It's a way to get into that. And we've got quite a few water Pokemon, being Cramorant, Manaphy, and Greninja, so it's a pretty good value to have in the deck. For some other cards though, Ordinary Rod, just more recovery, and for our stadium, we've only got 1 copy of Training Court. Again, just as recovery, being able to get energy back into your hand to attach for turn is good value, and the fact that we can cycle it with Greninja, so Greninja discards an energy, draw 2 cards, use Training Court, get it back, maybe attach it to the active, use it to pay the retreat cost. It's just a really good way to manage your resources. Other supporter card we've got in the deck is Klara, so it lets you get 2 Pokemon from your discard palette and 2 energy if you'd like, and put them right back into your hand. So up against Mew, maybe they've knocked out our Drapion, Lost City wasn't in play, we just get it back, we knock them out again, game. It's good value when you can pull it off. We've also got the Choice Belt as mentioned before, Sky Seal Stones, and then for energies, we do have a little bit of an awkward count since we've got quite a few different attackers. We've got 2 capture energies to set up our bench, counts as a colorless energy, and when you attach it, search your deck for a basic Pokemon, put it onto your bench. 1 copy of Fighting Energy, so we can use the Zapdos, 3 Lightning for the Raikou, 2 Psychics for the Sableye, and 5 copies of the Water Energy. This is a pretty early build of it, and it's inspired by a friend of mine that I saw play this deck at our most recent competitive league. His Twitter handle might be popping up right now, so if you want some spicy deck lists, make sure to check him out. If you like it though, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you want more shenanigans like this. Let's jump on ladder though and see how we go with this today. This is a pretty good opening. So we've got Comfey to start. We can get Flower Selecting off, VIP Pass to get into likely just more Comfeys and go into Escape Rope. Theoretically, we could get a Drapion out and take a knockout first turn here. But if they get 2 Mews in play, it's kind of pointless. We'll just wait until they get into a VMAX and we'll try and get 4 prizes off of it. Then we just need to take out a Genesect. It's like going for the early Drapion. What does it even do for us? We take 2 prizes. Like, I guess it's Drapion could take out a Genesect immediately, and if they don't Lost Zone it, theoretically we get back into it with Rod. Rod, Sky Seal Stone going to a VMAX later. They're looking pretty well set up here though. Other play is if we somehow get into enough Lost Zones, like Raikou could always just attack. Do flower selecting first. Maybe we keep the fighting energy actually. Like, it's a long shot, but we could also get into like Zapdos Choice Belt and knock out a Genesect that way. Probably go Greninja for a bit of extra draw. We've got Quick Ball to get into the Zapdos if we needed it. Or we just go Cram and poke. Like, it's more likely to get off. Yeah, do this, see what they put active. We'll go from there. All right then. Tough decision. Like, do we just go for another Comfey here? Probably too greedy, but see how this plays out. Just want to get a supporter off this turn. There we go. Like, Scoop Up Net would be good, but all these Comfeys have been used now. So this at least just gets us to 5 cards in the Lost Zone. That's dead to us. That we keep, that we keep, that we keep. Maybe we keep this for a counter stadium, actually. Mirage Gate, we only really need to get off once. And yeah, we're at 5. Just top deck. Probably that, to be honest. Just to guarantee the knockout. Okay. If we don't get Marnie, we're in a really good spot here. Dang. I like the judge play. That's a good call. Because, like, it prevents us from being able to just top deck something and, like, protecting for the next turn. So that's a good call by Mew. I like that over Marnie, to be honest. And, like, most of the time they're just burning through their hand anyways. Shuffle back like a 0-card hand, get a fresh 4, and just mess your opponent up. There's no way to protect it. You went for the Greninja? Oh, Cram. Okay. Thought they'd try and take our draw engine offline. Now, can we find a way into Drapion? That is the question. We've got the Sky Seal Stone still. Alright. Probably keep the Lightning Energy. What have we lost on already, actually? Let's check that. We've lost on other energies. Okay, yeah, water we have the most of. We'll keep the lightning. Ditch that. Sweet. Okay. Scoop up this. Might need to repeat it. Yeah, it kind of sucks. Like, I'd like to keep both, but digging right now is more important. Perfect. Get the counter stadium and does the capture energy make sense here? I'd like to go into Raikou. Nah, it's probably a safe bet. Alright, well, that's value. If they can't get Lost City back into play, we are in a very good spot high for Klara. Because then it's just, this goes active, attach, manually retreat, proc Klara, get the Drapion back, swing, take out another Mew, or take out a Genesect, like anything at this point. Got the Dragonite as well. It doesn't hit the numbers to take out the Mew Vmax though. That we'd need to kind of set up Greninja, like hit 90 into both of these. Oh, now it's just doing 70. That brings it down to what? Come on, math. 240. And then this is doing 230, so it would need a Choice Belt to get the knockout. They can't find another Lost City though. I think this is just game. Or if they do that, okay, yeah, that works too. Alright, so what's our play here? I think Irida could get us into, theoretically, a Cramorant, just to poke a bit. More likely play is get Rod, put the Drapion back in the deck, and if we can find a way to just get it out, like that Capture Energy or Quick Ball. I don't know if we have any Capture left though. Quick Ball's in the Lost Zone, 2 Capture are there, so we've got, yeah, 1 Quick Ball left in the, oh no, it's already discarded. Okay, so we've got no reliable way to search this out now. Didn't get Lost Zone though. So now we just give up single prizers for a bit. We've got at least 2 more turns, and we just need to get that back. Yeah, I'm thinking we do just go for the safe play. Get the Rod, get this to thin. Like, we could have tried to dig to get into the Klara, but A lot of cards to go through. We get into the Zapdos. No, we need the escape rope with the Zapdos to be doing anything. Escape rope, Zapdos, and Choice Belt. Like, theoretically, that comes up. Or do we get this to just a thin? That almost might make more sense. The thin and potentially just Greninja. Okay. This Rod, I think we're just putting back the Drapion. I genuinely thought I had done already. Escape rope? Sure. Switch into this. Can we get a Drapion? Yep. Beautiful. Game. We haven't manually retreated yet, so we just do that. Hard retreat, swing. Alright, pretty solid. Arctura, I have like many reps in. I feel like I've got that deck basically to autopilot point. You can make some pretty interesting plays with it, it's fun. Speaking of, well, I got the single strike one though. What is this? What are you doing? Yeah, you pilot Lost Box properly? Yeah, I feel like you'd be good at Lost Box. It sounds like you've been running it for quite a while. I'm pretty good at Lost Box. It's just... yeah, Goomba moment there. They bench another V, we come out with Zapdos and kill that Arceus. Aw, man. I think we grab this in another Comfey. Like, do I go for the Zapdos? I feel like if we go for the Zapdos... oh, it's got 200 HP. It's like the Arceus isn't going to do anything to it. Straight draw before we do a crazy discard draw. Well, there's my crams. I think I need to grab one of them. Start softening it up. Oh, the Sableye. Probably relevant to keep one. Oh, I've only got the one. Probably relevant to not kill it. Raikou, I feel like we could probably get rid of in this matchup. Although it is like a... it's good to have to bench, right? Yeah, we'll grab the energy. We'll grab the energy. I don't want to get rid of too many. No, we've only got one of these. That gets kept. because I think that might actually be a relevant attack. Keep this just as a backup V. So if we do need to chuck Sky Seal on something. We could go the escape rope play and get into that. We need, what, one more thing in the Lost Zone? Yeah, let's do it. Ah. All right. Yeah. I don't even have the Mirage Gate though, do I? Did I lost on one? Did. Yeah, let's just grab these two. Find me a Mirage Gate. That's not what I needed. Because yeah, we're one energy short of getting the attack off with Zapdos. Like now we're posing that threat to them. But we didn't need to go into the escape rope there. Like we could have just poked it with Cramorant. Yeah, we just do that and pass. In 2,000 games, splitting 3 variants. Just a little rusty with Lost Box? Yeah, you got a few reps. You got a few reps. Been with the big building every time, 2 Chorus 2. What are you running Avery for? That's a first. Alright. Like I'm thinking we just get rid of the Oranguru, to be honest. Keeping the Comfey for, yeah, going in the active retreat seems good. Okay. Interesting. They're hiding from my Zapdos? Ah, good call, Bishop. Good job. Also, happy Friday, man. How's it going? Cheers. All right, well, at least now we're in the position where it's like, yeah, we just go with the Sableye and just pop them. Or not Sableye, Cramorant. I'm thinking here we just get rid of the Psychic Energy with Greninja. Likely just attach the Capture Energy to Hard Retreat. And set something up. See, how are we looking for Lightning Energy? 2 water in the Lost Zone already, which is a bit risky. Yeah, we can do that though. That should be alright. Alright, 1 water is in the discard. So we can get it back with Energy Recycler. Our numbers are just a little bit tight at the moment. Well, triple Trations Manaphy? Right. Just had a coffee because you're too lazy to make food. That's not quite the same, man. That's not the same. That's gonna make you hungrier. Shouldn't have coffee on an empty stomach. Just at least have like a snack? Grab like some cereal or something? Okay, well Zapdos can attack easily now. Is it? Coffee always makes me hungry. Mod on short break. Cheers, Bluefish. Get yourself a snack, man. Okay, well, Zapdos can come out and just like knock this Arceus out now. And then, like, ideally we find a way to get into the Sky Seal Stone, take 3 prizes off it, and just kill this weakened Duraludon. I think we need the rod. Switch would be good though. Gets us more draw. We do have Klara to get energy back. Although that goes to hand, this goes to deck, which triggers Mirage Gate. Nah, I think here we're just going aggressive to try and get in the Sky Seal Stone. Just go aggressive. And it pays off. Beautiful. We go into that, and then next turn we throw this down, Mirage Gate, Choice Belt. Should be alright. It's like the Dura can't one-shot our Dragonite. They're only taking 2 prizes. And we could also just go with Greninja. And like, if they did somehow kill the Dragonite, like maybe they run Choice Belt and they do one-shot it. Greninja just comes and finishes them off. So if we escape rope, they go into what? Probably the Arceus? If we throw that down, then they know not to bring that up. Let's see what they do. Yeah, I think after this match, we change the Manaphy and look into getting some... Oh! Okay, so they've got, what, 250 exactly? We get into the Dragonite, that should be game. If we have the energy for it, though. Water, we've got 2 in the discard, or 2 in the Lost Zone, 1 in the discard. No lightning in there. Because like we could also just Klara to guarantee it. Just mindful of I'm not 100% sure on my energy count in the deck at the moment. Yeah, get rid of the Comfey. Check what we're working with. So we got 1 water, 1 lightning. We need to get into 1 more water and be able to retreat. Do we have another Mirage Gate in the deck? Yeah. Okay, so there's our play. We go Energy Recycler, put everything back. We go a read after the Mirage Gate. No water Pokemon? No. That's fine. Right, it needs 2 water. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. If you like it, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe so you know when I have more videos coming out. If you need some more shenanigans though, there should be some other videos on the screen right now. Till next time though, take care.